What's your I collapsed in class and everything unraveled story? My teacher called 911 because she couldn't wake me up during the most important test of my high school career. I remember the fluorescent lights burning through my eyelids when the paramedics arrived at my classroom. My AP history teacher was explaining that I'd been unconscious for 20 minutes during the state assessment exam that determined whether I'd graduate on time. She won't respond to anything, she told them while checking my pulse. Her breathing is normal, but she's completely unresponsive. The paramedic shined a light in my eyes, and I finally jolted awake in complete panic. What time is it? I need to get home before Brad gets off work at 5. The paramedic jolted and then slowly said, "It's 10:30 in the morning. Who's Brad?" My mom's boyfriend who likes to punch walls when he drinks, except sometimes the walls are actually my little brother's face, so I have to be home. The entire classroom went silent, and my teacher pulled out her phone to call someone. "How often does Brad come over?" she asked. "Maybe 4 nights a week. Unless he and my mom are fighting, then it's every night because she always takes him back," I told her. She blinked. "And you protect your siblings from him?" "Someone has to." The paramedic checked my vitals while asking more questions. "When did you last sleep?" "Monday morning for about 2 hours," I said. He looked shocked. "Today is Thursday." "Yeah, Brad's been on a bender since Sunday, so I've been doing guard shifts in my siblings' rooms." My teacher sat down hard on a student's desk. "What exactly do you mean by guard shifts?" I explained while the paramedic took my blood pressure. "I barricade their bedroom door with a dresser from 10 to 2, then I sit in the hallway with a baseball bat until 6, listening for footsteps on the stairs because Brad always gets violent between 3 and 4 when the booze hits different." She looked horrified. "Every single night?" I nodded. "What about your mother?" the teacher asked. "She takes Xanax and wine to sleep through whatever happens so she can pretend everything's perfect in the morning," I said. "Have you told anyone about this?" the paramedic asked. Who would I tell when my mom already told the school counselor I'm just dramatic and jealous of her happiness? The paramedic exchanged looks with my teacher. "We need to take you to the hospital for evaluation," he said slowly. I shook my head frantically. "I can't. My sister has a dentist appointment at 4, and my brother needs his anxiety medication refilled, and the baby has been running a fever since yesterday." My teacher said quietly, "You're 17 years old. These aren't your responsibilities." I shook my head. They loaded me onto a gurney anyway while I kept insisting I was fine, and my teacher promised she'd make sure someone knew about the dentist appointment. At the hospital, the exhaustion hit even harder once they got the IV in, and I couldn't stop shaking. A social worker showed up within an hour asking questions while a nurse checked my vitals. "When did you last eat an actual meal?" she asked. "Maybe Tuesday? But the kids need lunch money for tomorrow, and I haven't gotten to the ATM yet." She wrote something down. "Can I see your arms?" I pulled my sleeves down further. "Look, these bruises are just from teaching my 8-year-old sister how to break a chokehold, because Brad likes to grab kids by the throat when they cry too loud, and she needs to know how to protect herself." The social worker's face went pale. That's when we heard shouting from the hallway getting closer, and Brad burst through the door with my mom right behind him. "You lying little bitch!" Brad screamed, charging toward my bed. "You called the cops?" A security guard grabbed him, but he kept fighting to get to me, actually getting one hand around my wrist before they pulled him back. "I should have dealt with you months ago. You think you're safe? You think this is over?" His face was purple with rage and spit was flying. "I know people. I know where you go to school. I know when and where your little sister takes dance classes." My whole body went cold. "You choked her until she turned blue," I yelled back. "You threw my brother into the wall so hard it left a dent." I took pictures. Brad lunged again and knocked over the IV stand trying to get to me. My mom stood there in her work scrubs looking bored. "Baby, she's always making things up for attention," she said to Brad. "Just ignore her. This is the truth," I shouted. My mom rolled her eyes. "See what I deal with? She can't stand that I'm happy. She's been trying to break us up since day 1. The social worker stood up slowly. "Ma'am, we've already examined your other 3 children. The injuries are consistent with systematic abuse." My mom laughed. "Then they probably got them at school. I can't watch them 24/7. 2 cops rushed in and grabbed Brad, who tried to swing at them, but they got him pinned against the wall. "You're under arrest for violating parole and suspected child abuse," one said, cuffing him. "You can't prove shit," Brad screamed as they dragged him toward the door. "Babe, tell them I didn't do anything." My mom actually looked panicked for the first time. "Wait, you can't take him. Who's going to help with rent?" The social worker stepped forward with papers. "Your children are being placed with your sister. Sign these or face prosecution." My mom looked at me with pure hatred. She grabbed the papers and signed aggressively. "Fine. You want to ruin my life? Enjoy explaining to them why mommy's gone." She stormed out, and that was the last time I saw her.